Hello, I'm Sarah with the marketing department. And in this tutorial, I'm going to help you install an email signature for the Outlook application only. And this is going to be an advanced email signature setup. So if you want to really make your email signature stand out, then this would be the tutorial for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and then I can show you how to install. So we want to make sure we've got the Outlook application opened up. And I'm going to go to File, Options, and Mail. And then over on the right-hand side here, there's a button called Signatures. And we're going to open that up. So you can see I already have several different signatures installed. If I click on these, you can see that they're different signatures. I know my logo looks smush, but I promise you in my email, it is not. Sometimes the editor doesn't show you exactly what you're seeing. But once you hit new email and test it out, you should be able to know. So I did a different tutorial on a simple email signature, and this is just what it looks like. How to change color, change the fonts, and add in a picture and set some links up. So we're going to go ahead and create a more advanced one by using the signature templates through Outlook. So I'm just going to click on this so you guys can see what it is. And it actually does give you some instructions here, but I'm just going to walk you through it. So this page that it pulls up, I'm just going to go ahead and hit Get Template right here in the middle of the page. You can see that there. So I clicked on that and then it opens up a new page. It's going to open up a place where I can either download this Word document file or you can just view it in browser. So that's your choice. Do it either way you want, but I'm just going to open in browser just for simplicity here. And basically what this is going to allow you to do is just to copy and paste a template that's already set up. The difference here is, as you saw before in that other signature that I showed you, it isn't set up in columns, right? So, you know, having an image here and then having text on the opposite side. It's really hard to set up that way unless you use one of these templates or you create an HTML file, which is even more complicated. So that's what we use. But for, you know, being able to create something on your own that looks nice, I feel like this is the best way if you want to be able to kind of have it set up in columns. So you can scroll through here and, you know, look at the different templates. There's lots of different options, and don't worry if there's stuff on here that you don't want, like let's say you don't use social media, you know, you can delete those. But I would encourage you to, at least at the very least, you know, use Google. You want to be asking for those reviews from your happy clients. So anyways, there are many signatures here to kind of look at. That one's kind of nice. So anyways, it's up to you. I'm just going to go back up to the top and copy this very first one. So it gives you the instructions right here. It says hover over the signature and click the little arrow looking icon. So if I hover over this, you see how that pops up? Basically, you just need to click on this and then hit Control-C for copy. Otherwise, you can right click and choose copy as well. It's the same thing. It just has a shortcut. So this is going to lay it out in two different columns there, as you can see. So now I'm going to minimize my web browser here and go back to my Outlook application. And what I need to do is, you may not have any of these in here if you don't have anything set up. If you do, no big deal. You can have many different signatures to choose from. See, I have one that's very simple for a reply that doesn't really have any images, just my social media links, and of course, a place for leaving a Google review. So I'm going to go ahead and hit new, and that's going to create a new signature. So you want to give that a title. So I'll do advanced email sig. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now you can see the box is turned blank. And remember how I hit Control-C to copy from that Word document? I'm going to hit Control-V, and that is a short code for paste. Otherwise, you can choose right click and paste. But now that gives you a starting point. So now I'm just going to select the information and start creating my own. So I'll put in my name. I will put in my title here. Okay, and then I like how they have it stylized here. You know, some people have two different phone numbers, or maybe you want a phone and a fax. That's all kind of up to you. I'm going to change this to say office. Oh, and see how I lost my styling there? Don't worry about that. We can go back and change it later. If you just select it, then it seems that you won't lose those versus like I just kind of like deleted it. So anyways, we'll get that figured out. But then you want to update your phone number, and then you want to update your mobile number, or it changes to fax or delete it. So get all the information in there that you want. I'm going to change my email. Okay, so there's the email, and we'll make sure our web address is correct. Okay, and then that brought it down to the next line. So I'm going to make sure that I hit enter because I want, you know, all my information to be on the same line. It's labeled, and then I want my email on the same line as the label. You know, I might even actually add a little colon in there just for a little bit more separation. Okay. And actually, I don't need two phone numbers because I don't have two, so okay. So, and then, you know, if you're working from home, you probably don't want to put your home address, so you can just put like the city and state or servicing area, or you can just delete it completely. So that's all up to you on how, you know, what information you want in here. So now if you don't use social media, you can just go ahead and delete these. If you do, you'll want to make sure to link them up to your pages. So like I said, I think Google is really important. That's kind of the old logo, not necessarily that's Google Plus, not Google My Business. So anyways, you can always do it like this where you just, you know, say leave me a review, and then you can link that. So let's do that as a sample. So I'm going to leave in LinkedIn because I think LinkedIn is important. And then I'm going to also add a little message for a Google review. Okay, so now we want to make sure that we get all this information updated. So I am going to highlight this just to make sure that it changed. Since we used a template, I don't know if it updated the link or not. So I want to make sure it goes to the right place. So to do that, you actually come over here to this little icon. It has a globe with like a chain link. That means a hyperlink. So that's what that icon stands for. You'll want to click on that. And then you just want to make sure down here that this has the right web address. So you'll want to make sure to type in yours or just verify that it's correct. And it is, so I'm just going to hit OK. And then same with the email. You know, if you're just typing it in, then it may not be linked. I can tell that it's linked because it has, you know, it's underlined and it changed color. But just to double check, we'll click on that hyperlink again. And since we're doing an email address, not linking to a web existing file or a web page, it was selected on this. And the mail to, that has to be there because that's how the computer knows it's a hyperlink. So just leave that part alone, but make sure that your email address is correct. So it did update it when I typed it. So it probably should too for you, but you always want to double check. If you want, you can even put a subject line in there, but you know, again, that's up to you. So then I'm just going to hit OK because I know that's correct. And then I want to highlight the words Google review, and I want to link that to my Google reviews page. So right now, since that was the last thing I was on, it's on the email address. I need to make sure it's linking to a web page. This is that top option. And now down here is blank because there was nothing there before, and that's what I typed in. So now I need to go find my Google review link. So I'm going to go back to my web browser really quick. And you need to be able to, you need to be a manager of the page. So I'm a manager of the education department's page. So I'm going to type that in. ICA Insurance Education. Okay. And I can tell, you can tell you're a manager. It's got, you know, I'm a manager of this business profile here. If you're not a manager, you can just Google search you, find the page, and then you can copy this really long URL and copy that, and then go back and paste it. Otherwise, if you are a manager, you know, there's a shorter link, a way to share. You just click on the get more reviews, and then you can copy this link. So it's just a short code, like a shorter URL of this same URL that's up here. So, so either way you grab that link is fine. And then you need to go back to your Outlook, and we're going to paste this in here. So now I'm going to hit OK. And then I have a LinkedIn page, so I want to link that to my LinkedIn account as well. So I'm going to go back to my browser. I'm going to go to LinkedIn, which I have a quick link for. And then I want to make sure I link it to my business page, or if you don't have a business page, you can link it to your personal page by clicking on your name, and then this would be your link. But I want my business link, so I'm going to do the ICA Insurance Education. And then I'm going to copy this link up here. And actually, I'm not going to copy the admin part because that won't work for other people. So just the linkedin.com/company, and then whatever is after that, just not the admin part. Okay. So I'm going to minimize this window again. And then I'm going to make sure that I have the icon selected. And then I'm going to hit that hyperlink icon again. And then again, I'm on existing file or web page. And I'm going to go down here to address, and I'm going to paste that in by hitting Control-V or clicking and pasting, and then hit OK. So now that is linked up as well. Last thing I want to do is update this image. Handsome guy, but doesn't really look like me. So, and actually, I'm going to actually put in my logo. I feel like that's more important. You can do either. Maybe we should do both. Okay, let's do both just so you can see in case you want that and your photo. So I believe I have a photo of myself. Yep, right here. So we'll hit insert. Okay, so that's a little large. So we're gonna have to right click and choose picture. And then you want to format the picture box pops up, and you want to hit size, okay? And I need to make sure that this box is checked here to lock the aspect ratio. And I'm just going to make it a lot smaller. So I'm going to do maybe like 25% and see what happens. And that's still too big in my opinion. So I'm going to right click on it again, choose picture, go back to size, and maybe make it like, I don't know, 10%. Okay, maybe that's a little too small, but you get the drift, so you can kind of edit it however you like. Sometimes it gives this double view here. I don't know if you just move it around or just trust that it's not going to happen. I just moved this bar around and that weird view went away. So just so you know that that's possible. And then there you go. I've got all of my pertinent information saved in there. But let's say you also want to add in the logo. So if we make our logo really small, wherever your cursor is, that's where this photo is going to be inserted. So let's say I want to put our logo in, and actually I probably wouldn't put it right next to that icon. I would hit enter and then place it here. So then I'm going to go over here, and this is a little picture icon with a computer screen. That's how you insert a photo if there wasn't already a photo there. So that's how you insert a new one. And then I'm going to go navigate to find where my logo is. So I'm going to get a logo. Well, let's do the education department since that is what I'm creating. So I'm going to choose the logo here and hit insert. Okay, now again, I see that's really big. So right click and choose picture. And then go back to size. And I want it to be like, I don't know, probably like 10%. I want it pretty small. There we go. Now it doesn't look pixelated. And that's definitely a better size. You may want to, you know, put a space in between there. And then, I don't know, stylizing it is kind of hard after this. That's why maybe you want to start with a template from that Word document, you know, that has everything in it that you want. Because honestly, I'd rather have maybe, you know, this logo somewhere else. So I can try to move it, but I can't guarantee what it's going to do here. So I'm going to select it and hit Control X for cut. And then again, wherever you put your cursor, that's where it's gonna go. So I wonder if I can get it to go below my image. That's where I'd like it, but okay, and then I'm gonna hit Control V and it went above it. So then I'm gonna have to select it and cut it again. I want it below it. Yeah, see, so I don't know. It's just kind of complicated to get that to go where you want it to. So again, maybe picking the correct template to start with is ideal. And instead of putting my picture here, I probably just would have put my logo there and left it the way that it was. But, you know, feel free to design it however you want. You know, I think maybe that looks okay, but I don't know if that's really in the hierarchy of most important information. Probably would want, you know, my phone number and other information first. So maybe I would put it to the right of my logo, and then that actually looks a little bit better. Then I decide I want to bring that up. So, and then you can also stylize. You want to make sure to match your colors as well. So you would want to highlight anything that's colored and try to match your brand. So let's see. Right here is where the font color is. So you can see that this is a light blue color. So I'm going to change it to red. And again, you'd want to make sure to match your color exactly. So you're going to want to pick your hex color. So now for this, I'm going to make sure I get the colon selected, highlight that. And then I want to go to more colors. And what I would want to do is find the hex color of my specific logo, and then I would type that in. So instead of searching for it, I'm just going to pick a color for right now. I know it's like a dark blue color. But again, please match your color of your brand, because that really just helps, you know, people identify your brand if you stick with the same font and same colors. So that didn't look like it changed. Highlight it again here. Oh, I just didn't pick a dark enough color. So dark blue. Okay, but again, you want to click on more colors and type in your specific hex color. If this pops up, it's just, you know, you just need to change tabs, go to custom, and then paste in or type in your hex color right there, okay? So anyways, pick the dark blue, and then so on. So that's basically how you would stylize your email signature. So if you have any questions, you know, you can feel free to reach out to me at sarah@icainsurance.com. One other thing, I guess I didn't show you, you know, you can change the size of things, bolding or not bolding. I can make my name larger if I want to. And then, you know, I can also pick the same font that I use for my brand. So, which I would definitely suggest doing if you can't find the exact specific font that you used in your logo. You can pick something that looks very similar to the font that you have in your logo. So, and you want to make sure it's readable. Now, I feel like that is not a very readable font. So I'm just going to reselect those again. And I will leave that in the standard font. So these two match my brand, and then the rest of it, I wanted to make sure it looks very readable. So, you know, you kind of just have to use your judgment on what you think looks best. But yeah, that's all up to you. I'm just going to change it back to body because light was a little too hard to read. And then I might want to make it a little bit bigger, maybe at a 9. So you have a lot of options to play around with things, and you can bold, italicize, underline, change the colors. This is your text justification. And then remember, this is how you add an image and add a hyperlink. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Yeah, I'm trying to finish too soon. So the very last thing you need to make sure you do is hit save. If you don't hit save, you're going to lose all the work that you just did. So sorry about that. Make sure you hit save so that I know that this is saved. And then you need to assign it as well. So the last step after you hit save would be to make sure and choose the one that we just did. So advanced email signature, I'm going to choose that because that's the one we just created. Whatever's highlighted over here is what you're going to view in this box, but that doesn't mean that's what's going to show in your new email messages or your replies and forwards. So then advanced signature for your replies as well, or you can choose to have a different one. I have a different one set up for replies that's a little bit simpler. So maybe I want my new messages to be the advanced email signature, and then my reply to be something different. So once you're happy with your selection, then you hit OK and either cancel or OK here, and you want to test it out. So go ahead and hit new email, and now you can see that that email that I just created is here. So hopefully that was helpful. And if you need any help, totally feel free to reach out to me. If you need any logos or images resized to make it easier to insert, I can crop those and make it a lot smaller for you so it fits into your email signature better as well. So whatever I can do to help, I'm here for you. So hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.